up someone else here you all know, and he is really quarterbacking our effort here in the Granite State, and that is the chairman of the New Hampshire GOP, Mr. Jack Kimball.
Hey, Jack.
Well, good afternoon. Thank you all for coming out on this beautiful day. I know you could be doing other things, but this is the most important thing you could be doing. Mike and Ed and everybody that has had me come here. Jane Aiken over there. Jane, thank you very much. This is a great group. Folks, yesterday I had a press conference. One of my first, won't be my last. The press conference focused on one main thing. We have to change direction in this country. We're heading over a cliff.
But we do have large.
And the only people that can change this direction is the Republican Party and all of you. I know you know that. But we have, as a president, a person that has no problem taking over private industry. GM, Chrysler, the insurance industry, AIG, the banking industry. This is a man who rewards failure and punishes absolutely punishes success. What this man has done is so egregious. He is taking our money to bail out failing corporations. Corporations that are losing billions of dollars deserve to fail. That's fine. There's a process that works quite well. Yes, bankruptcy. Bankruptcy. It doesn't mean that everyone gets laid off. It simply means you're going to reorganize. You may have to call out some people. But the process works very, very well, and it works quickly. The company reorganizes, comes out leaner and meaner. The divisions that are working may be purchased by competitors, but again, the process works. Instead, we have taken taxpayer money and handed it over to these failing entities to bail them out. Then what does he do? The people who produce the jobs in this country, private enterprise, business owners, both large and small, his solution to this problem is to tax them into oblivion. $250,000 does not make you a millionaire. Quite frankly, if you're a sub-S Corp and an LLC Corp, one of which I am, you know, and I know, that most of the money that flows through to you doesn't really wind up in your hands. It stays in the business. It continues to meet the payroll. Get ready if this man gets reelected. He's going to grab it right out of your pocket. He's going to keep doing it. What does he do by doing that? He suppresses this recession. He suppresses the expansion of business, and he kills free enterprise in our country. Redistribution of wealth is not what America is all about. This country is about opportunity for everyone without the guarantee of equal outcome. But that's what this country has always been about. Moving forward, all of you, including me, are going to be focused on making sure that we send Barack Obama packing in 2012. It's either that or our country as we know it will end. We are at a crossroads in America. Those of us, and I know all of you agree with me, who love this country, who want to get back to our constitutional values, will make darn sure that Barack Obama is a one-term president. I want to talk briefly about state issues. The true colors of our governor are showing through, aren't they? This man has vetoed wonderful legislation. And while I'm talking about that, we have in our Speaker of the House the Governor Walker, if you will, of Wisconsin. Bill O'Brien. Bill has a spine of steel. He has a very difficult job. And I also want to thank all our state reps and senators that may be here today, and even those that aren't, for the job that they have done this past session. There's a little unfinished business that's still looming out there. It is essential. It is essential that we override Governor Lynch's veto on right to work. Right to work is essential here in this state. I have to talk a little bit about it. All of us here, if we're nothing else, we're Americans. We consider ourselves to be good Americans. And in America, nobody should be forced as a precondition for a job to join a union or pay union agency fees. That's not what America is all about. I speak to you as a man whose father was a union fireman for 30 years. A lot of you don't know that. But my father, who fought in the Second World War from the Pacific, would stand up here beside me and tell you, I agree with my son. Because with him, it was his choice. You could join the union or not. That's the way it needs to be. And if a union is a good deal, what are they worried about, good Lord? You can walk up and they can give their pitch and you can join or not join. That's just the way it ought to be. But the other thing is this. We pay, all of us, the salaries of every state worker in the state of New Hampshire. What happens to a lot of that money that goes to union dues? What happens to it? It comes out the other end as what? Contributions to liberal Democratic candidates. You want your money to go there? No. I don't. I don't either. So we have to make sure to get behind this override. Any state reps that you think are resistant, call them up. Make sure they hear from you in no uncertain terms. We have some other unfinished business. In 2012, we have to elect a Republican governor. We have to make certain that we make life a lot easier for our state reps and our state senators. You elect a Republican governor, and the legislation that they're going to put up there is going to be signed as quickly as it gets put on their desk. That's what we've got to do. It's critically important. Any of you out there that have supported John Lynch, I don't think any of you in this room have, but if you have and you think he's a nice guy, hey, you know what? Go have a beer with him. Don't never vote for him again. You vote for a Republican this time out. Look what has happened to our state. Critical. Lastly, it is my firm belief, and those of you who have listened to me when I ran for governor, you know this. It is my firm belief that it's the states that are going to take this country back, one state at a time. You look across the landscape. You look at the Republican governors that are out front on this. Chris Christie comes to mind. Jan Brewer comes to mind. Bobby Jindal comes to mind. Rick Perry also comes to mind. And many, many more. You can wrap your arms around the state issues. You can solve those problems. I believe in states' rights. I believe in state sovereignty. And moving forward, that's the fight you're going to see develop. This is truly about liberty and freedom in our country. And I, for one, am going to fight tooth and nail to make sure that we win it back, we maintain our liberty and freedom moving forward. I know all of you are with me in this endeavor. Please stay active, continue to fight, and make sure that the Republican Party becomes the lead, takes the lead in this effort to get rid of this present governor and also put forth a presidential primary winner who I think will become the next president of the United States. Thank you very much for coming out. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman.